My name is Gary, and if there's one lesson life has drilled into me, it's that you never truly know what's happening right under your own roof. People say love is built on trust, that when you find the right person, you should give them your whole heart without hesitation. But let me tell you something. Trusting blindly isn't loyalty, it's foolishness. I learned that lesson the hard way. I used to believe in love, the kind where you commit fully, support each other unconditionally, and never even consider the possibility of betrayal. I assumed that if I was faithful and all in, my partner would be too. It never even crossed my mind that I would one day find myself questioning everything I believed about love, commitment, and marriage. Yet here I am. Looking back, I can see now how easy it is to be deceived when you're in love. The signs are there, but you brush them off, convincing yourself that the person you trust could never be capable of hurting you. You believe that because you're sincere, they must be too. But that's not always the case. After everything I've been through, I can't help but feel like love is nothing more than a beautifully packaged lie. A word people use without truly meaning it. If you stick around, you'll understand why I feel this way. I met Kimberly when I was 30. She was 25, full of life, and had a spark that made everything around her seem brighter. At that point in my life, I was ready to settle down, build a future, and create something real. When I met her, everything just fell into place. We could talk for hours about anything, and from the outside, we looked like the perfect couple. We dated for just over a year before I proposed. Some people might say that wasn't long enough, but I was certain I had found my person. There were no glaring red flags, nothing that made me hesitate. We shared similar interests, enjoyed each other's company, and everything felt natural, like we were meant to be. After we got married, life was good. We moved into a home my mother owned and quickly settled into our routine. For a while, I felt like I had everything I ever wanted. I was genuinely happy. In the beginning, we did almost everything together, but looking back, I realized that the deepest betrayals always come from the ones you trust the most. One day, Kimberly mentioned that her phone had been acting up. It kept freezing, the battery drained too fast, and some apps wouldn't even open. She was frustrated, so I told her I'd take care of it, thinking it would be a simple fix. I took the phone to a repair shop. The technician examined it and told me that fixing it would cost almost as much as buying a brand new one. That didn't make sense to me. If I was going to spend that much, I figured I might as well get her a new phone. I thought she'd be happy about it, and honestly, I liked the idea of surprising her. What I didn't realize was that this small decision would change everything. Before transferring her files to the new phone, I decided to check to the old one to make sure everything important was backed up: photos, contacts, messages, just the usual things. As I scrolled through the menu, something unusual caught my eye: a hidden folder disguised among the regular files. My gut told me to open it. The moment I did, my entire body went rigid. Inside the folder was a dating app. My mind struggled to process why my wife would even have something like that. I opened it, and what I found made my stomach drop. The messages inside told me everything I needed to know. She had been talking to other men, not just recently, but even while we were dating. Some of the conversations were light and playful, but others were blatantly flirtatious, even explicit. The more I read, the worse it got. There were different men, different conversations, but the same pattern. She laughed at their jokes, encouraged their advances, and responded in ways that made it clear she wasn't just being friendly. She had been doing this right under my nose. Without hesitation, I took screenshots, names, dates, and the most damning parts of conversations. If she tried to lie about it later, these messages would speak for themselves. Once I had everything I needed, I locked the phone and handed it back to the technician. "Go ahead with the transfer," I said, keeping my voice steady. As the technician worked, I stood there lost in thought. Had she always been like this? Had I just been too blind to see it? No matter how I tried to make sense of it, one thing was clear. This wasn't something I could ignore. I needed answers. By the time I got home, I already knew exactly how I was going to handle it. Walking through the door, I pulled out the brand new phone and handed it to her with a small smile, watching her closely. Her face lit up instantly. She wrapped her arms around me, pressing a kiss to my cheek. "Oh my God, babe, you got me a new phone." "You didn't have to. She was genuinely happy, completely unaware of what was coming next. I let her enjoy the moment for a few seconds before clearing my throat and speaking. Yeah, I figured it was better than fixing the old one. By the way, I looked through your phone before the transfer started. My voice was calm but direct. I saw the dating app. Her smile faded instantly. Excuse me, she said, her eyes narrowing slightly. I held her gaze. I saw it, Kimberly. I saw the messages. You've been talking to other guys. For a second, she just stared at me, scrambling for a response. Then she scoffed. You went through my phone? Seriously, Gary? That's an invasion of privacy. Do you not trust me? I expected that reaction, deflection, making about me instead of what she'd done, but I didn't let it shake me. That's not the point, I said firmly. I want to know why you have a dating profile, and why you're talking to other men. Her expression shifted again. She realized I wasn't backing down. Look, I wasn't trying to do anything serious, she mumbled. I was just bored, I guess. I never actually planned to meet anyone. Do you understand how messed up this is? I asked, my voice low but steady. Giving attention to someone outside our marriage is how things fall apart. I don't want that happening to us. She looked away, unable to meet my eyes. I took a deep breath and made my stance clear. You need to end this. Delete the app. Cut off every guy you've been talking to. I need to know this will never happen again. She nodded slowly. Okay, I'll delete it. She pulled out her phone and, right in front of me, uninstalled the app. I watched her do it, but something in my gut told me this wasn't over. For the next 8 months, life carried on as if nothing had happened. After Kimberly swore she deleted the app and cut off communication with those men, I tried to believe her. Every time I remembered those messages, I told myself to let it go. Relationships require trust, and I didn't want to push her away by constantly questioning her. But then one morning, I woke up with a burning, stinging sensation when I went to the bathroom. At first, I tried to rationalize it, maybe a UTI. But as the day went on, the pain worsened. By evening, I noticed a thick yellowish discharge. That's when it hit me. My body was telling me something was very wrong. The next morning, I went straight to the hospital. After tests, the doctor sat me down and confirmed it. I had an STD. These infections are only transmitted through sexual contact, he said. There was no other explanation. My wife had slept with someone else. That night, I lay in bed beside her, staring at the ceiling, my mind racing. The next morning, I waited until she'd poured herself coffee before asking, Kim, have you been with anyone else? Her face twisted into an offended glare. Excuse me? What kind of question is that? A simple one. Have you been with another man? She exploded. I can't believe this. You're accusing me of cheating after everything we've been through. I didn't back down. Did you cut off those guys like you promised? She scoffed. Oh my God. You're bringing that up again? I deleted everything. Do you know how exhausting it is to be with someone who doesn't trust you? Then hand me your phone, I said. She pulled it back. No, that's an invasion of privacy. Fine, let's go to the hospital and get tested together. She crossed her arms. I don't have to prove anything to you. That was all the confirmation I needed. The second she looked away, I grabbed her phone, unlocked it, and scrolled through messages, images, and receipts. Proof of multiple affairs, some stretching back months. I turned to her. How could you be this unfaithful? Instead of apologizing, she smirked and flipped me off. Something inside me snapped. Pack your stuff. This marriage is over. I want you gone before I get back. She thought I was bluffing. I wasn't. I left, called my lawyer, and filed for divorce immediately. When I returned 2 days later, she was gone, moved straight into another man's house, one of the guys she'd been seeing behind my back. Divorce was brutal. It wasn't just paperwork. It was untangling myself from the life I'd built with someone who never truly loved me. The pain was indescribable. But I learned, never love blindly. Trust should be earned, not given freely. If someone disrespects you once, they'll do it again. Trust actions, not words. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I don't share this for sympathy. I share it because some man out there needs to hear it. If you're ignoring red flags, making excuses for someone who keeps hurting you, stop. Protect your future, not just your heart. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, tell them. It might save them from the pain I went through